Getting ready to go racing 18 laps from Watkins, Glen. The cars are revving, they're gridding, we're ready to go. Riley Dunn and Jeremy Brio start the ARC's Race of Champions from the Glen. If you've just tuned in, I'm Rick James bringing you round one of the ARC's Race of Champions, brought to you by DI9 Designs from virtual Watkins, Glen. Riley Dunn leads Tommy Reynolds up through the boot section, out of tow, headed into heel. There goes the rainbow car of Dunn, followed by the green of Tommy Reynolds, the race yellow of Jeremy Brio, then followed by the silver of David Hauk in the fourth position. Seth Wansing in the Dayglow yellow. Holden sitting in the fifth spot. Texas Donald Ray in that rose-colored number 14 car in sixth. Stephen Downton seventh. Thomas Andrews rocking the sky-colored blue car there in eighth. Terry Gabbard rocking the royal blue, and John Honeybrink rocking the midnight car, who gets loose right there out of the boot section into the wall, and there goes Colorado's Patrick Allen straight into the wall, and the charcoal number 45 Holden is our first casualty, and there goes Justin Williams, who's our second casualty of the evening. The forest-colored number 8 bins his Holden and accelerates hard across that wall. The Illinois native sits stone dead last. Riley Dunn leads lap 1. Tommy Reynolds in the second position. Jeremy Brio sits in third. You notice there the car with right-hand drive steering wheels, John Honeybrink, and there's a crash going right into the bus stop. Honeybrink gets into Tommy Withers. Withers, the Virginian in that tangerine-colored Ford, has to skid through that bus stop. Tristan Catania, the New Jersey native in that mauve-colored number 48 Ford, also with big damage to the back end of his race car. Let's see if we can have a look what happened to the Virginian Tommy Withers. Just looks like he lost control under braking. Let's have one more look. Oh, he just gets on that grass, loses control of the race car, and that's all she wrote. One more ride on board with Tommy Withers. Gets on the grass, the car just snaps, nothing he could do. Tristan Catania rocking the 12th spot, his V8 supercar with big smoke flashing, and you see him careening off into the corner. Catania keeps that car from smashing the wall, and the mauve-colored 48 Ford comfortably sitting in that 12th spot. Meanwhile, Riley Dunn in the rainbow Holden Commodore goes purple, 1:49.37. He's got the fastest lap of tonight's race. Listen to that engine. Absolutely love it. Rainbow green, yellow, your top three. Riley Dunn, Tommy Reynolds, and Jeremy Brio in the number 74 Holden Commodore, skidding through that inner loop and chasing down the 7 of Tommy Reynolds. Then it's Nashville's David Hauk in that silver-colored Ford Falcon, sitting in the 4th position. Last time by, Hauk running a 151.56. 2 and then some seconds off of race leader Riley Dunn. Donald Ray in the rose-colored Ford Falcon trying to catch up, but he's got Ohio's Terry Gabbard who's trying to get close to him. Gabbard has the shadow of Connecticut's Thomas Andrews right behind him in that Holden Commodore. Let's ride along on the rear fenders of Gabbard's Ford. Cody Riggs having trouble in his gray-colored number 3, jumps immediately to the pits. Let's see what happened to the Kentucky native. Trying to see what happened to Cody Riggs, but it looks like he's blinking here, just slowing down at this point. Something happened earlier to Riggs here. Here's Riggs coming into the bus stop. Blinking into the bus stop, and he slams that inside wall. Heavy damage for the number 3. Seth Wansing also crashed earlier. Another bus stop incident. Wansing losing control on the grass, and he just noses the wall right in that access road, but for the most part, just a scratch on the left front corner of his Holden. He's moving once again. John Honeybrink decides to bring his car off the racetrack, that number 20 Ford Falcon, in dire need of some help. The sun's setting on Honeybrink. Hopefully, not too soon. 15 laps remain in this race. Honeybrink rolling 10th right now, but there you see Virginia's Tommy Withers now creeping up in his number 6 Falcon. Al Simkowski in the chat says, wish I was at home for these first 3 races. Would have been fun to be up there with Riley. We'll see Al Simkowski in his day glow orange number 99 Ford Falcon. He'll be joining us for, I believe it'll be Michigan, Long Beach, and Texas Motor Speedway, the final 3 races of this inaugural AROC season. Tommy Withers has decided to come down pit road as he jumped off the racetrack here. Let's see what happened to Withers. This is in the toe, or the toe section of the boot, and Withers goes off the track. He immediately jumps to pit road. Jeremy Brio, 2 7/10 behind Riley Dunn in first. He's got Tommy Reynolds all over the back end of his 74, headed into the bus stop. Reynolds is right there. Brio smoking those tires hard through the chute. Now into the boot, headed into what they call the toe section. There they are, the very far in the bottom right-hand corner. Now they go through toe, up the corner, down, and when I say up the corner, I mean up that corner into what they call heel, and then they leave the boot section for the final 3 corners of the circuit. There's the leader done. The yellow car is Jeremy Brio. You can see, if we get a good angle, the name of the driver on the front and the sides of the car. You can see their number on the back end. There is the banana-colored number 74 of Jeremy Brio. Reynolds really stretching that car out there. Further on back, Thomas Andrews. So close to the 25 of Elliott Longenecker, just 2/10 separating them. Longenecker in that white-colored car there, and then there's Thomas Andrews in the sky-colored number 2 right behind him. Through that final corner, Thomas Andrews will get a good run out of that corner into turn 1. Let's ride along. Commando Griff asking earlier, how fast do these drivers go into the bus stop? Well, Griff, to answer your question, about 167. Look at that with Withers right on the outside. Both of these drivers going hard at it. Thomas Andrews just making his way around Tommy Withers. About 167, Griff. That's what you'll see these guys hitting into those corners. Longenecker still smoking it up further up ahead. That 25 now all over the back end of Gabbard. Ford versus GM through the toe section of the boot. Out of toe, headed through heel. Longenecker to the inside of Gabbard, but he can't make it stick. Gabbard has the advantage. He has the speed into heel. Longenecker has the inside line. No contact yet. Racing through smoke. Longenecker gets the advantage. Gabbard tries the crossover out of the boot into turns 9, 10, and 11. Elliot Longenecker takes the 6th place away from Terry Gabbard, who gets loose out of the corner. Hold on to it, Terry. And he's held on to that Ford Falcon valiantly. Thomas Andrews sitting 8th. Daniel Maddox in 9th right now, some 20 seconds behind Thomas Andrews and Maddox in that burnt orange number 10 car, behind the shadow of Patrick Allen in the charcoal car, and then the slate-colored car of Cody Riggs up ahead, currently running 16th. Riley Dunn still leads this race by 2.6 seconds as he runs through that bus stop. Jeremy Brio holds on to 2nd place by 0.8 of a second. Tommy Reynolds sits in 3rd, still getting closer. There goes Dunn, who's burning those tires, headed into the boot. 77, 74, 7, your top 3. Commando Griff saying Brio cutting into Dunn's lead just a bit. I would say so. We'll keep an eye on that. Over the last 5 laps, this is what it's looked like between the top 3. That last lap, Brio did cut into Dunn's lead by 0.4 of a second. Good eye. Commando Griff. Tommy Reynolds a bit slower than the leader, but are the tires starting to go? Seth Wansing in trouble now. The Dayglow number 9 has had incident. Let's have a look. Let's go further back. I know Seth was having some connection issues. There he is again, just caught a glimpse of that Dayglow number 9, and Thomas Andrews also up against it. Let's have a look and see what happened to that 2 car. He's already in the wall there. Patrick Allen also has incident, as you see the 9 of Wansing flash through. This is through the toe section of the boot. Allen loose off the racetrack, straight into the wall. Here comes Honeybrink in that 20. Will he avoid him as Allen comes right into the path of John Honeybrink? No idea what Patrick Allen was thinking there. Let's ride along once more and have a look. Allen just accelerating kind of lazily back into the racing surface. Cody Riggs also fell off the circuit here. Not sure what happened to Cody. There he goes out of the boot section right in front of Seth Wansing, Thomas Andrews, and John Honeybrink. It looks like the tires have finally started to give way and drivers are looking to find some respite. They do have 2 sets of tires here. Riley Dunn leads, but now only by 2 seconds, and Commando Griff was right because Jeremy Brio is starting to close that gap. 2.4 seconds is now the gap between Brio and Reynolds. Terry Gabbard has gotten back on top of his game as the Ohio native chases down the bone-colored car of Elliot Longenecker. right up to that rear fender. He's got the advantage. Can he make it stick, though? Gabbard's going to have a great run coming out of the final corner into one. If he can make that stick, David Houck watching in the distance in his silver-colored Ford Falcon. Out of turn number 11, Gabbard chasing down the 2.5 of Honeybrink. Gabbard's bringing it in. The Ohio native decides to bring down his Ford Falcon for tires and for fuel. Riley Dunn leading, but only by 0.8 of a second. Have the tires expired on the rainbow-colored Commodore? The banana-colored Commodore of Jeremy Brio says yes, they have. He's on the attack right before the only pit stop these drivers could see all race long. Again, it's only an 18-lap race. Drivers get 2 sets of tires and 1 fast repair this evening. Who can make their stuff last the longest? They've been racing here since 1956. This being the inaugural ARC's V8 Supercar event. Good to see the drivers starting at a place like Watkins, Glen. And you read that stat right. In the 1973 Summer Jam, a concert that included the Allman Brothers, 600,000 fans attended the Watkins Glen circuit to see that Summer Jam concert in 1973. Tommy Reynolds falling off the track further on, but he still holds on to third. Donald Ray 17 seconds behind as the Texas native starts to exit the boot section. Elliott Longenecker behind him in fifth. Longenecker, our biggest mover of the race so far. Elliott Longenecker has gained 10 positions from where he started this race, and shout out to Nashville's David Houck, who was up against it early on, but he has worked his way up to 6th. Tommy Reynolds is in, however. The number 7 green-colored Holden Commodore brings his car down with 9 laps to go to get fresh tires and enough fuel to go that distance. Riley Dunn still out on the racetrack, but he's got a 1.3 second gap back to Jeremy Brio. Let's see what happened to Stephen Downton. That number 54 Periwinkle Ford Falcon in big trouble here. Downton just slow, jumping to pit road. Let's see what happened to Justin Williams. Headed into turn 1. Oh, coming in way too hot. And he says hello to some of the fans sitting out in turn number 1. Luckily, it's tires and not just a guardrail. But look at this battle for the lead. Jeremy Brio within 1 second to Riley Dunn. All of the top 4, including Donald Ray and David Houck, still have not pitted. 6th place, John Honeybrink, missing a hood, but fighting as hard as he can. Has not come down pit road either. There's Elliott Longenecker now leaving pit road, and that's Ohio's Terry Gabbard with fresh tires and fuel now on the attack. Dunn leads. Brio in the distance, chasing down that rainbow-colored Commodore. It's GM, Ford, your top 3. 8 laps to go, this time by. When will the leaders come down? There comes Brio. Jeremy Brio is in. Riley Dunn stays out. Donald Ray now leaving the boot section. Will he follow 2nd place? Will he try to keep his podium under wraps? Ray, coming into this race, says, excuse me if I mess up. I'm driving with one hand. I need to use my keyboard to shift. But so far, the Texas native will now take 2nd place using that keyboard to shift with 8 laps to go in the very first AROC race. Riley Dunn leads by 24 seconds. Jeremy Brio still down pit road. Here comes David Houck, who has not come down pit road. He will take 3rd. It's now a GM Ford top 3 with 7.5 laps to go. Riley Dunn leads. Jeremy Brio leaves pit road 13 seconds behind David Houck, and look who's joined him. Tommy Reynolds on warm tires. He's got the advantage. Can Reynolds get to the inside of Brio? Here's the attack. This is the move for fourth with 7.5 laps to go. Reynolds to the inside, using those warm tires into the bus stop. Plumes of smoke coming up from those front tires, but he pulls it off. What a pass on Jeremy Brio through that bus stop, but Brio says, "You're not done yet, sunshine." Coming out of that carousel through chute into the boot, headed towards the ankle section of the boot, if you will. Brio on the outside, trying to make it stick, but Reynolds just has the advantage. Brio, though, has fresher tires, and they're both looking at that papaya-colored number 6 of Tommy Withers, sitting in 12th. Oh, there goes Brio, locking it up right into the corner. Reynolds goes wide, Brio to his inside, and Brio comes out the better of the two, right into the 4th position. As Commando Griff says, lots of lockups by Dunn as this run progresses. My money is on Brio. There is Riley Dunn down pit road. Donald Ray has followed suit. David Hauk coming by in 3rd as the sun sets in the Finger Lakes. There's Jeremy Brio leaving the final corner with Tommy Withers giving up plumes of smoke out of the final corner. Side by side as Tommy Withers goes a lap down. Jeremy Brio sitting in 3rd, now 2nd, now 1st, and he's your new leader with 7 laps to go. But there's Riley Dunn now leaving pit road, and Dunn using the advantage of pit road on the inside, up the S's. Fight for the lead, 6 to go this time by. Jeremy Brio on still fresh and hot tires gets around Riley Dunn, but now he has to play defense. Headed into the bus stop, there's Riley Dunn weaving, bobbing, all these Commodores racing down into the bus stop. Brio keeps his cool right to that inside line. Riley Dunn can't beat him this time around. 74, 77, 7, your top 3 at Watkins Glen with 6.5 to go. Still looking at the top 3, coming to 6 circuits remaining. Jeremy Brio leading, Riley Dunn in 2nd, Tommy Reynolds all over the back end of that 77 car, but Dunn has the fresher tires out of the 2, only by 2 laps, but it could be enough. Reynolds taking advantage anyway, screaming down into the first corner. That GM V8 at full check down into turn number 1, side by side, and the green Commodore to the inside of the rainbow Commodore. 74, 7, 77, your top 3 as the man, the myth, the legend, repeat 1975 enters the booth. You taught Rick, myself, everything that I know. Thank you so much. And folks, if you haven't seen the Be Water Be Fest series yet, you don't know what you're missing. Get on to twitch.tv/repeat 1975. Check out the Be Water Be Fast series and a little bit of eSpark action on the side as well. Pete, send my love to the whole 1975 family. I love you, buddy. Get ready for this. Jeremy Brio leading by 3.5 seconds. You see Tommy Reynolds kicking up big smoke, and there goes Dunn. Riley Dunn, who's led the majority of laps tonight into the boot section, losing control. There's Tommy Withers behind him, sitting in the 11th position with Tristan Catania closely following behind. And then there's the Forest Holden Commodore of Justin Williams. Cody Riggs now into the bus stop with Stephen Downton only 6/10 behind him. This Holden versus Ford fight is for the 14th position. There goes Downton easily to the inside of Riggs, into ankle, right into the boot section. Unofficially called ankle on Rick James TV. Downton with a big lockup. Looks slow out of that corner there. There's David Houck in the 6th position. Houck 15 seconds ahead of Thomas Andrews, who's only got a 4-second advantage on Texas' Donald Ray in that rose-colored 14. Jeremy Brio timing his run perfectly. He's got a 3.9-second advantage over Tommy Reynolds. Riley Dunn seems to have made that contact with the outside wall in his Holden Commodore, and he's now trying to nurse that car home for 3rd. Elliot Longenecker can smell blood in the water, but Longenecker also kicking up plumes of smoke from his white number 25, and Terry Gabbard looking to hold on to the 5th position in his number 4 Falcon. Cody Riggs in that gray number 3, now coming up behind Stephen Downton. There's David Houck in that 21. He's not a part of this fight, but he would love to see some fireworks. Tristan Catania now trying to stay ahead of Tommy Withers. He cleverly made that pass for 11th. Just using the speed out of the carousel, giving it a bit of a lockup into the boot, but textbook way to get around him. Donald Ray really closing up the gap to Thomas Andrews. Ray has tires that are 4 laps fresher than Andrews. 3.8 seconds is all that remains. Daniel Maddox had a big incident. Let's catch up and see what happened to the 10 car. This is out of boot. Oh, there goes Maddox with a big smash right there. Justin Williams falls off the racetrack here in the 8 car. There you see him locking it up. Look at that. Where's this? Right through the gravel here. That looks to be out of the carousel, and Tommy Withers has gone around in that 6 car. Let's see what happened to the Virginian. This is Withers chasing down Catania out of turn 10 through 11. Oh, he hits the grass. Tommy Withers hits the grass, and now he's gliding along that outside wall, and he brings his car down pit road. Jeremy Brio coming to 3 laps to go, chasing down John Honeybrink in that midnight-colored number 20. The race yellow number 74 has a 4-second advantage over that green car of Tommy Reynolds. The Holden Commodore gets into the grass. Reynolds loses control right into the corner, but he saves it. He's saved it. Meanwhile, Justin Williams has another incident in turn number 1, and I think that's the 2nd time today. Tristan Catania starting to lose grip. There goes the 48 with a big smash into the boot, and that's a huge wreck for that mauve-colored Falcon. Catania, with courtesy, now has to wait for his competitors to come back around. That's going to be Daniel Maddox and Terry Gabbard that get around the New Jersey native. Let's have one more look and see what happened to Tristan. Oh, he just gets into the grass in the boot section, tries to save it, and he gains speed on the inside wall. Bit of a shame. Tristan Catania now sits in the 11th position, 12 seconds adrift of Dan Maddox in the 10. Jeremy Brio with a 4.2-second advantage over Tommy Reynolds. John Honeybrink staying ahead of the number 74 car. Honeybrink being scored in the 9th position. He's got 30 seconds ahead of Dan Maddox, but he's had a couple of incidents. That 20 car would do well to keep himself on the racetrack. Honeybrink, almost like he's fighting to stay on that lead lap, but he flashes the brakes, goes high into the carousel, and the leader Brio gets around that number 20 car. It's a 3.5-second gap now to Tommy Reynolds. Honeybrink has a big incident there. You heard him decelerating. Tommy Withers looks like he's had another crash, and you can see the rear wing destroyed on that car. Let's see what happened. Locked it up, gets on the gas. There's Donald Ray, who just avoids that accident there. Warp Lotus, a.k.a. Justin Williams, says, well, I hate road racing. Let's have another look at Donald Ray avoiding this accident here. Watch the smoke just come up here. And watch Ray avoid this. Oh, well done by Donald Ray. That right there earns the Cole Trickle move of the race.
Ice cream!
And that's Tommy Withers, but the move of the race there for Donald Ray. Justin Williams saying, good hands. Those were great hands by the Texan. He's keeping his car in the top 10, sitting 8th right now. Jeremy Brio, on the other hand, is running away with this one, and it's his race to lose with 1.5 laps remaining. Tommy Reynolds sitting comfortably in the 2nd position, while Riley Dunn's gap to Elliott Longenecker shrinks more and more. There you can see chunks of race car missing from that multicolored Holden Commodore. Elliott Longenecker gaining absurd amounts of time on Riley Dunn. These are what the last 5 laps looks like between Longenecker and Dunn. There you can see Dunn slower by 5 seconds, 1 second, 2.3 seconds over the last few laps. The gap, 6.5 seconds. There you see Longenecker in that 25th position. Riley Dunn ahead by 6.45 seconds. And positions changing between Donald Ray and David Houck late in this race. What's gone on with that 21 car? Seth Wanting had an incident in the 9. The Dayglow Commodore. Into the bus stop here. And one more time for Wanting, and he's on his... Wow, I did not know that was possible. And then Cody Riggs falling off the track here, on and off. Just trying to nurse that car home as well. Bama Trama in the chat. What's going on? Mama Vols, Jeremy Brio has just collected the white flag for his final 3.5 lap circuit around Watkins Glen, while Riley Dunn has led the majority of laps tonight. It has been the Jeremy Brio show since the halfway point. Brio cleverly coming down, rocking those tires to their very limit, and look at his car. Pristine, not a scratch on it, and I can't remember Brio going off at all. His car looking in a brilliant condition, and you've got to say the same about Tommy Reynolds. His car in a gorgeous state, that green-colored number 7 without a mark on it. Riley Dunn in the late stages picking up some scratches, and Elliott Longenecker is hunting him down. Nick Pressey says that flip was something else. Let's see this fight for third. Longenecker chasing down Dunn at an enormous rate. 1.7 seconds the gap, headed into the bus stop. Jeremy Brio through the tow section now. 8 seconds the gap. Back to the fight for third. There's Riley Dunn. There's Longenecker heading into the boot now as Jeremy Brio leaves the boot. Brio will pick up his first win, the inaugural V8 Supercar win in ARCS, and the first win of this 6-race series. There's Brio leaving the boot right now. Tommy Reynolds close behind him. Elliott Longenecker can smell the podium now. 0.8 of a second between them. Is it enough time? Dunn loose on the high side. There goes Longenecker for third. Contact between them. Dunn tries to stop him. It's going to be a drag race down into heel. Brio through the last corner will win this race. There goes Riley Dunn. He's got the advantage. Locks it up into the heel section. There goes pieces of race car missing from Longenecker. Dunn goes wide. There goes Longenecker into third. Brio wins it. Tommy Reynolds uncontested, gets second place. There's Elliot Longenecker leaving the booth. Chad Swatsworth cheering 10 bits in this one. It's not over for Don. He's going to send it in deep. But there goes Elliot Longenecker with a 7/10 of a second advantage on the final lap. You can see what it cost him, but he's going to finish third as the lights turn on at Watkins Glen. Jeremy Brio gets the W. Tommy Reynolds in the second position. Elliot Longenecker third. Fans, don't go anywhere. We're going to have podium interviews in just a moment, but there is your race winner, Jeremy Brio, coming home with the inaugural V8 Supercar ARC's win, and he kicks off the 6th race, ARC's Race of Champions Series, with a win. Lurkin Tom Gaming in the chat says, congrats to Brio. Bama Trama with some emojis in the chat. And everybody in ARCS knows that Jeremy Brio is quite the skilled driver, but really, he said he wasn't going to do well, and here he is getting the win. Shad says, this looks fun. It is real fun. Warp Lotus says, good run, B. Gotta give it up to Ohio's Terry Gabbard, who gets a rear end full of Cody Riggs. Terry Gabbard coming home in 5th. The Texan Donald Ray finishing in the 6th position. Thomas Andrews in 7th. David Hauk sitting in 8th. John Honeybrink and Stephen Downton rounding out your top 10. And Jeremy, with a well-deserved burnout, is going to burn the house down in Watkins Glen. Now that's a burnout. We'll talk to our top 3 in just a moment, fans. Stick around. Now on the podium with our third place finisher in the white-colored number 25 Holden Commodore, Elliot Longenecker. Way to get it done. Third place finish, and you got it on the last lap after a really hard fight with Riley Dunn.
Yeah, it was a fun race. I was just trying to stay clean, stay on the track, and bide my time. And yeah, he apparently had damage, and I started running him down, and so I just wanted to make that pass and get on the podium.
You got yourself a third place, but now next week, Darlington. Can we replicate these results?
I think Darlington's going to be fun. I'm more of an oval racer, anyways, so I'm really looking forward to it. It's going to be great.
And you had fun tonight?
It was a blast. So much fun.
That's what matters, buddy. Congratulations on that bronze. We'll see you in a week.
Thank you.
Our silver medalist in that green-colored number 7 Holden Commodore, Tommy Reynolds. Way to get that silver medal. You fought really, really hard with Jeremy Brio. Was there anything else at the end? What was the difference between your cars tonight?
I think Jeremy took a little less fuel than I did, and I think that's what the difference was. He just had the pace all around, basically during the whole race on me. I couldn't catch him anywhere, and the start was great. Everything else was great up until the pit stops, but yeah.
Well, 7 days from now, you got a chance to get him back at Darlington, man. What do you think? Can we get it done?
Yeah, I think we got a solid chance at Darlington.
We'll see you in a week's time, man. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Our race-winning interview brought to you by the good folks over at DI9 Designs, the Chase Elliott custom graphic design page on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at DI9 Designs. They post graphics on all platforms multiple times a week on top of taking requests on all types of logos, Chase Elliott wallpapers, iRacing schemes, and more. Follow and DM them for more details. They are not affiliated with Hendrick Motorsports or Chase Elliott. Be sure to use code DI9 Designs for free shipping on your diecast and merch orders over $20 on CircleBDiecast.com. And now the winner. Driver of the number 74 race yellow Holden Commodore, Jeremy Brio. You took this race by the neck and did not let go. That pit stop propelled you to victory.
Yeah, I thought from the start when I had that bad start, I thought we were going to be, third the entire time, and then I guess I just was following whatever Reynolds and Dunn were doing during that first run and figured it out, I guess, and just I got around Reynolds. Man, he was having a hell of a time. It was something racing him, and then after that pit stop, it was me and Riley, or at least like a couple laps, and I don't know what happened to Riley, but that sucks. He should have been up there, but oh well. But other than that, man, I love these cars now. I was saying in practice that I didn't like these cars at all, but once they got the tires in them, and they got a little bit of that understeer out of them, I like them a lot. So good choice, Rick.
Now in 7 days' time, you got to go 2 for 2. You've won the very first ARC's V8 Supercar race. Can we do it again next week in South Carolina?
I'm pretty sure we can. I haven't seen these cars race there before. I know you guys did a test earlier this week, but I'm pretty excited for that. That's going to be a pretty good race.
We'll see you in 7 days' time, Jared. Congratulations on the win.
All right, thank you, Rick.
So Jesse Brio coming away with that win. He's going to go into Darlington with an 11-point lead. Jeremy Brio, Tommy Reynolds, Elliot Longenecker will be your gold, silver, and bronze medal standing drivers headed into next week. Everyone at home, thank you so much for being a part of this really, really fun event. We've got 5 more races to go, and Jeremy Brio gets one step closer to that $100 DI9 Designs gift card. Fans at home, stay in tune with us on racearcs.com and on Rick James TV through Insta, Twitter, and Twitch. And until the next race, everybody, please stay safe. Do take care of each other.